Am I the asshole for telling my father I do know about that? I, female 28, am a wildlife biologist. I have a master's degree in wildlife conservation and am hoping to go for my doctorate soon. I have worked in this field since I was 16 and am very passionate about it. When visiting my family recently for Easter, my mom asked me to tell the family a little bit about work. I was very excited to talk about my current research. Here's where the issue comes in, though. My father, male 60, would respond to almost everything I said with, I don't know about that. At first, I tried to ignore it, but it just didn't stop. Eventually, I responded, well, I do, given the 2 degrees and all. I responded in a light, playful tone, but he did not take it well at all. He immediately accused me of being disrespectful. I responded, I'm sorry, but it's disrespectful of you to insinuate that you know more than I do about my field. Dinner got pretty quiet after that. I finished the meal, helped with the dishes, and said goodbye before leaving. But on the ride home, I got a phone call from my mother asking me why I felt the need to aggravate my father and why I had to talk back. I am a 28-year-old professional. This feels insane to me. Am I the asshole? My goodness. Wow, that's a lot of comments. I don't have it in me to respond to all of them with life being so busy right now, but thank you. Not the asshole. At first, you used a playful tone, so you weren't confronting him in front of other people. He was being disrespectful to you to start with. Is this a pattern with him? Unfortunately, yes, which is why it's so hard to just ignore it, as my mother suggests. Do it back to him, but in ways that don't make any sense. He says, it's raining, and it is clearly raining. You say, I don't know about that, while looking out the window at said pouring rain. Immediately walk away. He says, I'm going to use the bathroom. I don't know about that. He says, my knee is playing up again. I don't know about that. Walk away. For bonus points, limp away, exaggeratedly. If he calls you on the phone, ask, who is this? He says, it's your dad. I don't know about that. Then hang up. When he loses his mind, just tell him, doesn't feel so good, does it? Walk away. Or don't. I'm an H. Or do I'm an AH. The passive aggressiveness made me laugh. Are you by chance from the Midwest? Not the asshole. Your dad is obviously uncomfortable with the idea of you being an authority. Does he have any post-grad education? Many older gen folks without education feel threatened by being perceived as ignorant, so they posture as compensation. A great reply might be, oh no? Tell me more about why you don't agree. Let him talk himself into a corner or off a cliff. He's not going to know your field as well as you do, and he'll make an ass of himself trying to appear that he does. There's a famous quote that goes, never interrupt your enemy when he's making a mistake. Now, of course, he's not your enemy, but you get the idea. Am I the asshole for not wanting to be nice to my dad's girlfriend of 15 years? I am a 27F, daddy's girl, if you will. My parents divorced when I was 13. Dad, 53 male, has been with the same girlfriend, 55 female, this whole time. Her name is Susan. Susan and I never really bonded, but I was always respectful towards her for my dad's sake. I did have an older brother. They got along great, to the point where she was in awe of him. When my brother passed away in 2022 from an overdose, things went downhill on my brother's 1-year celebration of life that I planned with my dad. Susan had a horrible time and started a fight with me because she wanted to plan it, which then she blamed me for his death and stated she's hated me since she's met me. My dad heard everything and told me in the heat of the argument, people say the worst things they don't mean. Time has passed since that happened. I put a lot of space between me and her to the point where we do not talk. This year on my birthday, April 6th, I went to visit my dad. My dad asked me to say hi to Susan, but I did not feel comfortable doing so. Susan made a scene, because I wouldn't say hi to her, but I feel like she owes me an apology before we go any further. Dad yelled at me at the top of his lungs to drop it and took her side. My dad said, if you can't be nice to her, then get the out. I feel like I'm on the back burner, and my dad and I haven't spoken since my birthday. Am I the asshole for not wanting to be nice to my dad's girlfriend of 15 years? Not the asshole. She blamed me for his death. Why would that be? Did you or anyone else in the family engage in what could be considered enabling behavior? My brother lived with my dad and Susan until he went into rehab the last time. Then he ended up living with my mom when he got out. He was there 3 months and then ended up overdosing in her house. I wasn't involved at all, just a grieving sibling. I've been living on my own since I was 18, but always talked with my brother on the phone or through text. Yeah, I don't know what she's talking about then. Yeah, I guess 'cause I'm my mom's child and she hates my mom, so I guess she wanted to take it out on me. Not the asshole. Susan said something horrible. And yes, she was grieving, but it was still horrible. She could have reached out to apologize at any point, but didn't. I couldn't be pleasant to someone who accused me of being the cause of my loved one's death, no matter how upset they were. Especially if they never even made the attempt to apologize. Thank you. That's what I was trying to explain to my dad. Even in a heated argument where words were said with no bad intent behind them, they should still apologize for the hurtful things. Well, that's another episode of Am I the Asshole in the books. I really appreciate all of you who made it this far into the video. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, it would really help the channel out a lot if you gave the video a thumbs up, subscribe, or leave a comment down below. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.